My mother would have been proud.
Yes, sir.
You can see how much that means to him. It means a lot to everybody in this locker room, bro. We set the tone. We took it to them. We don't got shit from no body. We set the tone, man. We set the tone. Offense, defense, special teams. We come to practice. We practice hard. We take it to people. We be opportunistic, and we gonna win games, bro. We got a lot of things to fix. We're going to go on the road again. We're going to try to get this done. Bring it in, bro. All right, family on three. 1, 2, 3.
And that is why Terry McLaurin is the playmaker and the captain. Really a great win for so many reasons. Not just that it was Monday Night Football, an undefeated team, but of course, a lot of emotions for Coach of what he's had to go through this week, Logan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think all the adversity this team has faced, all the adversity he's faced personally, like to get that win in that kind of environment, such a big deal.
Well, most definitely. And shout out to Coach, because I've been there. I lost my mother. That's just a hard thing. And when you lose family, you reach for your other family, and that was his football family this week.
We often wonder sometimes how people do go through these personal tragedies that they're dealing with, but there is something about being part of the team. And the way this team came together, it couldn't have been more perfect. So let's take another look. By the way, I am wearing my Eagles green today because I have a right to. So here we go. This one is worth another look. What an impressive primetime game for head coach Ron Rivera. One of the best since he took over in 2020. Of course, they defeated Pittsburgh 11-0 then. But great start. Well, not the great start. Taylor Henickie gets blasted. Philly recovers the fumble.
Obviously working on the sideline count there. Leno gets a little bit late start, ends up with a sack fumble.
A few plays later, Jalen Hurts doing what he does, sneaks it on in. So we're thinking, uh-oh, this is not going to go well.
Yep, the truth hurts.
But the Commanders, they march down the field, they answer. Antonio Gibson punches it in from a yard out, and we're knotted up at 7. Okay.
Yeah, I love the physical run there by Gibson, kind of stepping over his own guy to get in the end zone.
Yeah.
Eagles' next drive, the jump pass from Hurts to Dallas Goedert. Philly back up 14-7, and we're realizing we're going to be in for a good one this night.
You knew it was going to be a long day when they pull out the Tim Tebow.
14-10 now. Hurts going deep, but Derek Forrest picks him off. Hurts' first interception since week 4. He doesn't make many mistakes.
Yeah, what a play here by Forrest to track this football. Benjamin Sachus getting in on the pass breakup and to take it off a big guy like that. Gotta love that.
Well,
Brought a tear to my eye.
We knew turnovers were going to be a big issue. Third down, Henickie, beautiful ball to Terry McLaurin. 8 grabs, 128 yards for him.
Well, I tell you what, Terry put in work all night long.
And then check this out. Second career touchdown from Brian Robinson. Yes, sir, rookie.
Yeah, our guy Cosby, man, getting a little push here, and then the awareness by Robinson to stick that sucker out. Love to see it.
Yeah, he deserved that, fought for it, knew where he was and what he needed to do. Late second quarter, 58 yards, folks. 58 for Joey Sly. It's good.
Hey, Joey Sly kicked it from the DMV to Philadelphia.
So let's go to the second half now. Henickie to McLaurin. Again, they like each other. It's this time 41 yards.
Yeah, love the play action pass protection there that sets this up. And then to compete for the football against Slay, a number 1 corner. He just shows that every week against number 1 corners, Smoot.
Hey, Slay doesn't like him.
My guy versus your guy. I'm taking my guy, Terry McLaurin. Fourth quarter, Hurts to the birthday boy, Devontae Smith, sheds a tackler, scores from 12 yards out. Eagles are not going away.
You want to keep the Batman out the end zone. Did a good job for the rest of the night, but that one got away from us.
And then Henickie, pretty good on the night, but a bit ambitious, floats one up to McLaurin, and this time it is C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He just has been picking off balls all season long.
Yeah, a little ambitious is probably putting it mildly there. Protect that football down.
Hurts, screen pass to Goddard, coughs up the ball. Take this out here. Jamin Davis recovers it for the Commanders. Face mask? Yes. No?
No. Listen. When Eagles cry, everybody cries. Don't worry about it. We've seen this before. I haven't seen anything but a turnover right there. Great play by the team.
They don't call it. Big night for Sly. This one from 55 yards, dead center. He's 4 for 4 on field goals on the night.
Gosh, he came to play last night. Awesome job by him.
That he did. This is when you know it is your night. Hurts deep ball for Quez Watkins. Not touched, so it's still active. Benjamin St. Juice pops it out. Derek Forrest, he recovers.
Oh, can I have a 3-piece fried eagle with a side of mashed potatoes and gravy?
Yeah, Thanksgiving is coming quickly. Let's feast now. Late fourth, Commanders bleeding the clock out. Henickie takes a knee. He gets hit. Come on, they had to know this is going to be a personal foul.
Yeah, I mean, a little soft there, but it is a penalty, and obviously that seals the game right there.
Being selfish. Wanted that sack.
He wanted that sack. Wanted that sack.
Yep, the Commanders, they close it out with a defensive touchdown. The Eagles get their first loss of the season, 32-21 victory. So taking a look at the numbers, Washington really dominated. They controlled the clock. They controlled the total yards on the field. And take a look at what they rushed for, 152. And for just the second time this season, they kept Philadelphia to under 100 yards rushing. Total complete game from Washington, total upset. And yes, it means a lot for head coach Ron Rivera.
It means a lot just because the guys were able to stay focused on what's important. And what they did on the football field today was important. It means, it resonates with those guys. I mean, you hear them in the locker room right now, and the hard work is beginning to pay off. You know, things have turned the corner. That's starting to pay off. You know, our young guys are stepping up. Defoe making the plays that he did. The guys on special teams, the young guys that play on special teams contribute, making plays. You know, Jamin Davis playing the way he's been playing lately in the absence of Cole. You know, the wide receiving crew. I mean, Terry and those guys are unbelievable. And there's a lot of guys that deserve a lot of credit in that locker room.
Man, it feels great, man. Just coming off a tough loss last week, and, just trying to establish our identity, in this environment. And it's special. It's my first time being able to be a part of something like this. And just seeing how much this means to, the guys in this locker room, the coaches and everything, man, it's a special feeling. And I'm just thankful to be out there, just helping my team, pull off a win like this.
Again, we were on a good run there for a little bit, and then I feel like we kind of let one go last week that we could have won, and to bounce back and go against an undefeated Philly team at home, at their place. They're undefeated, Monday Night Football, and for us to kind of battle like that and get a win like this is huge for us. It's gonna have, we have a lot of confidence here going on.
Time now for our Mission Debrief, brought to you by the Washington Times. This one's going to be a bit fun to break down. Look, going into the game, not a single expert or analyst or anybody out there picked Washington.
I did.
They just
Alex
picked.
Smith did, actually.
Yeah,
How about that? How about that?
Give me some props. I did.
Okay,
that
okay.
guy.
Well, I think we expect it from us.
No, I get it.
But look, they were really big underdogs.
Absolutely.
In this game.
Yeah.
And, if I talk to anybody heading into the game, so where would they be vulnerable? They said this is a team that you can run on.
Mm-hmm.
But we also knew, Logan, that Washington would have to sustain drives.
Yeah.
And that has been something that's been an Achilles heel for them for the past few weeks. Unable to convert on third down. And, man, they started out being able to move the chains.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's been talking about how they ran the football, and that they deserve a ton of credit for what they did there. But in order for them to kind of get the total number of touches, they had 84 plays, 51 in the first half. Everyone knows that statistic. You got to be good on third down. And they were excellent on third down. They were 9 of 12 in the first half. That's outstanding. They were 12 for 21 in the whole game. That allows them to sustain drives, keep the offense on the field, keep Philly's offense off the field, give their defense a break, and you love that from them in terms of making plays, guys making plays. Terry on third down was excellent, and Taylor deserves a ton of credit as well.
Yeah, well, guess what? 4 out of those, you got 5 of those first downs that's third and 1.
Yeah.
You got another 3 of those that's third and less than 5.
Yep.
So that's telling you they put it in third and sustainable, and they're going out there and they're making the plays.
Yep.
And there go the things that connect the drive. Can I make the play that need to be made? It don't have to be a bomb all the time. It don't have to be a big play. Just keep the defense off the field. And at the end of the day, Hurts watched as much of the game as I did last night. Like that's defense. The running game becomes defensive when you connect plays and connect drives like that.
That was a key. If you want to be able to do that, you've got to keep Jalen Hurts on the sideline. But again, you knew that you had the opportunity to be able to run on them. But 152 yards, 49 attempts, Fred.
Yeah. Hey, listen, when you go to a club, you need to make sure you keep bouncers around you. Because if not, people get kicked out the club. And the offensive line kicked Philadelphia out the club yesterday. They said, you know what, this is going to be a mano-a-mano, you against me. And it ain't about the 10-yard drives or 10-yard runs. It's about 3 here, 4 here. And I think that changed the game. That mentality changed the game.
And also, I think the fact they were able to stay relatively clean with those plays, right? No penalties, no holding calls, no false starts. It allows you to stay on schedule. And you remember the Dallas game, that was the Achilles heel, right? They wanted the same game plan. They couldn't keep the schedule. This week they did it superbly.
Yep.
Another thing we always talked about going into this is you've got to be able to have ball security and try to take it away.
Yeah.
Because this was an Eagles team that only gave the ball away, turned it over 3 times going into the night. Washington managed to take it away 4 times. What was it? What were they doing that was causing so much chaos there, Logan?
You know, it's interesting when you watch the game, when you watch the all-22, Fred. Like you see a Philly offense that's actually pretty efficient. They're doing a really good job. And what Washington did in terms of finding turnovers, that's how they stopped them. It wasn't on third down; it was finding turnovers, right? Forrest did an excellent job on that interception, just playing his assignment, doing your job, and then finishing to the football. Ridgeway finishing to the football. Benjamin St. Juste finishing to the football. And good things happens when you finish to the football. They did an excellent job of that.
Well, I know two things. Eagle can't cry and fly at the same time, and I watched the Eagle cry last night. All right, the one thing you said it before, Hurts in his offense hasn't been turning the ball over. Now the question is, what happens when they do turn the ball over? They got behind the chains. All right, once they could not connect them plays and make those drives, confidence. You see the confidence level start to drop. And the defense, who's been picking all trying to manufacture turnovers, and today they came in here and manufactured turnover and the one by St. Juste. That's all want to. You beat me on a 40-yard play, and then I come tackle you and get the ball back. This is what this team is about. This is their identity right now.
That it is. They've got turnovers earlier in the year, but they always have a penalty, which would negate it. Not this time. So we're going to be talking about turnovers when we come back. We're going to send Fred and Logan into the film room to break down how the Commanders did take the ball out of Philly's hand. And we'll look back at the stars of the show Monday night, and Logan and Fred will weigh in on the upcoming matchups to see how many winnable games are left on the schedule, and are we playoff bound possible? Is it? Keep it here.
Snap to Hurts. Washington breaks 3. He steps up, throws underneath. Caught by Watkins, thrown to Smith. He's trying to throw it backwards. He's hit by Cam Curl. That is picked up by Casey Tuhill in the end zone. It's a defensive touchdown to end the game. An exclamation point to end an undefeated season of the Eagles.
Do your gritty, Casey Tuhill. He's grittying out of the end zone. I love it. What a way to end this ball game.
And what an ending to an outstanding night. Monday Night Football as Washington gets back into the win column and ends Philadelphia's unbeaten streak of 8-0 with Casey Tuhill doing the gritty. It was a 35-21 victory. Now, one of the main reasons Washington was able to have so much success is they were able to take the ball away from a team that is pretty darn stingy. So just what is it that they did to get those 4 takeaways? Well, let's send Logan and Fred into the film room. And Inside the Film Room is presented by Amino. It pays to be healthy.
Julie, thanks so much. Fred, it's so excited to be in here talking about a victory Monday and this outstanding performance from the defense, specifically the turnovers, Fred. Let's take a look at this first one by our guy, Forrest here. He did an excellent job on this play of just kind of being where he's supposed to be, doing his job, not being too aggressive. This is man-to-man coverage. You know that. We got a guy traveling here, man, all the way across the board. So Forrest is kind of the help player in the middle of the field,
Yes,
right?
he is.
He's the extra defender.
Man in the hole.
These 2 linebackers are kind of going to bracket the back, keep an eye on Hurts. But he's the middle field help guy, right? What is it? And that's a tough deal.
No, that's a tough deal because he has to mimic this guy.
Oh, yeah.
This is the guy he has to mimic right here. And when I say mimic, I mean whatever steps he make, I make. He make 3 steps, I make 3 steps. Eye contact, everything. Watch him shadow him perfectly, and this is how he gets to the middle of the field and make this play.
Yeah, and you love this because I think Hurts is trying to get him to bite this dig route here.
Yes,
right?
he is.
And they're trying to hit this kind of goal right behind his head, right?
Yep.
But again, and you see Hurts' eyes, he's kind of saying, "Oh, look at over here, take the cheese." But I love
Take the cheese. You said it right there.
I love what you're talking about here. His footwork, right? Very patient, stays nice and square. Love it, right?
And that's what you want to be. I want to be parallel to the sideline. That allows me to open up to the right if I have to, open up to the left if I have to. And this is the man that's dependent on me. Whoever guy's going deep, I need to be where I'm supposed to be, and this the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's right. And you love how he stays square. And then we got to talk about Benjamin St. Juste. He does an excellent job staying in phase. Everyone's going to talk about Forrest here. Forrest deserves a lot of credit, but St. Juste does an excellent job staying in phase with that big receiver and giving Forrest an opportunity to make a play here.
Well, once you say Benjamin St. Juste is in that hip pocket, once he's in that hip pocket, now all the middle field defender has to do is beat him with his body, and that's what he does. And this is a hell of a catch right here.
I love it. And he rips it from a big man. I love that play right there. And again, this is Jamin Davis's interception here, or the fumble recovery on the screen, let's say, right? And I love the awareness here by Jamin. Let's just highlight Jamin real quick. The way he's looking for the football here, love it. Gets the football quick, diagnosing that. But the guy who's really making these plays are the guys coming out of the stack, right? On the screen, you've got this guy right here, this big offensive lineman. They call him the rat killer. His job is to say, anybody who comes out here, we're going to loop around and block him. You get 2 guys coming out of the stack. You get Wise and Ridgeway coming out of the stack. He can only block one of them. He blocks wise, and Ridgeway says, well, I'll take advantage of that and give you a nice, clean hit to get that ball out.
Hey, that's called mean there with organized chaos. That's called mean there with, you know what, I'm coming to meet this guy with bad intentions. And that's what you want to see from the player. But hey, you're right, Davis, patience.
Yeah.
I remember 4 games ago, he just takes off running.
Yeah.
Patience to get this play made, and that's mean, we're going to play this from the inside out, make them chase it.
Yeah, and you got to love that. And nothing bad happens, Fred, when you're running the football.
Never.
And again, that is not that's true here too, right?
Yep.
They're playing this quarter coverage here. They got quarter. This guy's playing half field over here. So these guys are going to play essentially like man. And Philly's running a quarter beater concept, right?
Yep.
Out, post, right? You can tell Curl jumps the out route.
It's made to put Curl at a disadvantage.
And they do. And
Yep.
St. Juice is by himself. Great read here by Hurts. Great completion. But I got to point it out, man. He doesn't give up on the play.
Never quits.
Runs to the football, and then good things happen when we run to the football.
Always.
Ball is out, and then our guy Forrest, again, he shows up in a big way, right?
Johnny on the spot. Hey, if the ball hits the ground, here I am.
Yes.
Like, make yourself presentable. Like a coach always told me, ball hit the ground, make yourself presentable.
And that's what happens when you're competitive, when you're running to the football. You get plays like this, and these plays were huge in this game. Hopefully they can keep it going against Houston.
Thank you guys. Now do not go anywhere, because when we come back, we're looking back at the big Monday night win, and we'll look at the road ahead to see if the Commanders have a road to the playoffs. Stick around.
Welcome to the Fight Club, where everybody show me love. Yeah, show me love. Yeah, show me love.
Handoff Gibson off the edge, Andrew. Near sideline, it's caught! Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington!
Hey, y'all like this. I told the boys inside, hey, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall back on your training. Think about that. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall back on your training. You fall back on what you do every single day, going back to August, September, October, and where we at right now. Listen, they ain't gonna give us nothing. They ain't even giving us a chance. But I'm gonna tell you this, I know who we got in this room, and I know what we do, and I know who we are. Be your best in the choir, play for each other, and I promise you, they're gonna back that up.
Another captain, it worked. Pre-game speech from John Allen, because the Commanders, they upset the 8-0 Eagles last night. Second quarter, here we go. And the rookie, the effort from Brian Robinson at the goal line gave Washington the lead for good at 17-14. Washington playing with the lead. Taylor Henickie says, thank you very much, Brian Robinson. What a night. Defense. They forced 4 turnovers off a team that came into the game with just 3 all season. Benjamin St. Juice jars it loose from Quez Watkins. Scooped up by Derek Forrest. He had an interception earlier in the game as well. Commanders back to 500 with a 32-21 win. So let's take a look at the standings, and we're not getting too far ahead of ourselves, but Washington, folks, I'm saying they're right there in the mix for that wild card at 5-5. Still, though, plenty of football to be played. The Eagles, it's kind of nice not seeing that perfect record there. Still at the top, though, so still a team that they will have to get through at the end of the day. Let's now bring back in Fred and Logan. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule that is left and see, because here's the thing. John Allen said, look, it wasn't just this season to go and beat Philadelphia. They've got to string together wins, because the ultimate is getting into the playoffs. Let's look at those teams that we have left.
Yeah, all right. Now, obviously, the next one, Julie, is Houston. And to me, Fred, this feels like a trap game, right? Coming off this big high to a team that's not playing very well. What do you think about it?
Well, first of all, you just said everything. Can we get to the point where we can rise up and play above our means?
Yeah.
Can we beat the team that we're supposed to beat? It's a Lovie Smith team, so they're going to play defense and they're going to run the ball. This is the team that gave us the potion to beat the Eagles. They gave us the cure. They unlocked it. But this is a very dangerous team, and this is the team that truly tests mentally and physically where this team is.
Where you're at, absolutely. And they've got some young pieces, but obviously struggling. Should be a W, I think, Fred. Next one is the Atlanta Falcons, and to me, this one it should be a win, right? Again, should be a win. They run the football a lot. What does our defense do well, Fred?
Play the run.
They play the run, right? So they should be able to take care of this. They've seen the best version of the running quarterback in the NFL, and Jalen Hurts. Took him to school the other day. this is kind of a Jalen Hurts light in Mariota here.
Yep,
I think it's a good matchup for us.
Like my mama always told me, should be, could be, it'll probably get you a black eye. Like, that's just the way it goes. It'll probably get you a black eye. Yes, we should beat this team, but this team is a team that finds ways to win.
Right.
And there's no regular way for them to win. If Mariota needs to run the ball, they'll run the ball with him. If they'll throw the ball, they will make the plays. And they got an optimistic defense. This is another one of those games where you will be measured mentally and physically by this Falcons team.
Yeah, but I think 2 wins, right?
We agree with the 2 victory Mondays.
Yes, 2 victory Mondays.
All
I
right,
agree.
all right.
This is where it gets a little bit weird, Fred, right? You got Giants back-to-back coming off the bye, and the Giants are playing good football right now.
And I told you about quarterbacks with regular names. You can get no regular than Daniel Jones. Like Daniel Jones, if I told you, hey, 5 Daniel Jones are coming, you wouldn't take off running. Nobody's scared of Daniel Jones.
Right.
But all they went out to do is win game after game. I don't know if it's just Saquon Barkley. I don't know if it's Daniel Jones. The defense.
Defense is playing really well, right? It's going to be tough. I think off the bye, you're probably going to split one of these. I'm going to say one of these is a loss, one of these is a win. You decide at home, you figure it out. But I think they got 3 wins right now. And then they go on this road trip to San Francisco. That's a long trip going out there to
This
California.
is one that I think we disagree with.
Yeah.
You feel like, no, it's a long trip. They're going to have to fall at one point and pick themselves back up. You feel like it's this team. No, I feel like we are perfect to play against a Jimmy G-led defense. I mean, offense, because they're going to focus on the run. What, did we stop well?
Yeah, That's right. I think they can win this game. It just makes me nervous, right? A little bit of adversity around this game. Maybe coming off a tough Giants game. Who knows? So, let's say with 4 wins. Is that where we're at right now?
We're right there. We're right there.
4 wins. We're right in.
We're acting like homers right now.
Yes,
We're acting like
this
homers.
is the scary one to me.
The Browns.
Because Deshaun Watson's going to be back.
Yep.
They play good defense, or they got one good defensive player who can wreck a game. I don't know, Fred.
Denzel Ward, they got more players. This team is packed with talent. This is one of those teams that hasn't played up to their ability. And you know what happens? People are going to say, all right, you played up to your ability against Philadelphia to beat them. Why can't the Browns do that for us? I'm more afraid of the Browns than I am the 49ers. The Browns, I have a loss right there.
Okay. So we got 4 wins, and then lo and behold, who's left here? Who's left here? The last one on the list here, the Cowboys. They took us to school last year in the second game.
They did.
So I think really interesting to see what happens here. Obviously, Julie, what do you think?
4 thumbs down.
So basically you have us with 10 wins on the season. That should be enough for the postseason. We're taking it. We'll see you next time, everybody.